Oh, welcome back to the Golf Supply, everyone. Your supply of golf. I've got some new wedges. I thought I'd show you all. I've literally just landed back from a flight from New York 15 hours ago. I'm currently on about 32 hours with no sleep, but being a fucking golf sicko, I arrived home and these had arrived in the post, so I had to come over to the golf course. The sun was shining to use them. I've got problems, yeah. But I know you at home have got problems as well. But I've got new wedges. I've moaned about it way too much over the past 3-4 months. Not taking anything away from my SM9s. I adore my SM9s. They were the first ever gift that the Golf Supply got from a big major brand like Titleist. But it's time to retire them. The grooves are gone. I get no spin. I moan about it. So I put it into action. Let me show you what I got. So before I show you what I've got in this hand, let me just show you the babies that are going. Done exactly what I wanted them to do. Performed exactly how I wanted them to perform, but it's time to lay to rest. Your service is done. Stand down, soldier. It's over. There's got some new kids on the block. Well, when I say new, I mean kind of new. They are the Mizuno T22s. Now, the reason I say kind of new is because, hold fire, if you're looking for some new wedges and you want the newest wedges out on the market, there's T24s coming out in September, October, but obviously these will be reduced in price. Now, first of all, I just want to shout out Mizuno, Dave, Joe on the tour truck. Also, congratulations, Joe, on your marriage, your recent wedding. I don't know who would want to marry you, but congratulations nonetheless. But yeah, I've been fit into the T22s. They've all been stamped up. I'll go through the personalization. This is going to be less of a review video, more of a just me using my new wedges video. Now, as you can see, I went for the denim copper finish, they call this. And what I actually like about this finish is it looks used out of the box. I think they've called it like distressed or aged copper. So they don't look like super bronze in your face. The reason Mizuno say they've done that is to actually reduce the glare on these. You can see the sun shining on them now. If they were like a super bronze finish, there'd be loads of glare, loads of reflection off of it. These being sort of aged and distressed and almost worn, they look worn, you don't get that crazy glare. So what I want to do is just jump in some bunkers, hit some full shots, hit some little clippy wedges, see how much these are spinning compared to my old ones. See if it was me just moaning more than anything, saying that my old wedges weren't spinning. Maybe I just can't strike a fucking wedge. Maybe I'm just shit at golf, but we're going to find out in this video. The one concern I've got, which when we jump in a bunker, I will go through, is I've changed my 60 out for a 58 and I've got a lot less bounce on it, which is great for my greenside chips, my tight lie chips, but in the sand, that 12 degrees of bounce on my 60 just turned me into Tiger Woods in the bunkers, and that ain't even a joke. It's a little bit of a joke, but let's see how they get on. I'm going to put myself to the test. Haven't swung a club for over a week and a half. I'm going to go straight out onto the 7th hole. I'm going to get my 50-degree wedge out, and I'm going to ping some at that front flag, try and spin one back, and hopefully hold it. Let's get into the video. Right, first shot with the new old T22s, my new wedges at least. First swing in 2 weeks. Copper looks pure. Tell you what, left of the flag, the strike was nice. Get up. Short left. Take it. Wind off the right. Aim this a little bit further right. Oh, be good. Be good. Come back. Oh, look at the zippage on that. Look at the zippage on that. Let me get a couple more. Come on, zip it in on camera. That was nipped. That was nipped. Come back. I tell you what, let me drive down there and talk you through the specs of these as well. Oh, that went nice. Right, so specs on these bad boys. What did I go for? Well, starting off with the 58 degree. That's the first big change in my bag. Had a 60, now using a 58. The other big change is my old 60 had 12 degrees of bounce. This 58 has 8. So I'm gonna jump myself in that bunker after I've spoke through the tech and see what that's going to do, because in my old SM9 60 degree, 12 degrees of bounce, you couldn't hit a bad bunker shot. I turned into Tiger Woods, Seve in the sand. So that might be a fuck up on my part, I don't know. Then I move into a 54 degree, again with less bounce. On my old wedges, it was 12 degrees. On my new 54 degree, it was 8 degrees of bounce. Then go into a 50 with 7 degrees of bounce, and then a pitching wedge with 6 degrees of bounce. So you get the theme here. You see what's happening. I've gone really low bounce on all of my wedges because I also find myself in situations where I don't feel confident chipping with my 54 or my 60 because I have such little fucking bounce on it. But will that play havoc when I'm in the sand? Let's find out. Let's get over there, find out if I've made a mistake or not. I don't know. Let's find out if I made a cock up. 58 degree, 8 degrees of bounce. A little bit of a chunk and run. Can do better than that. 2 identical golf shots. That ain't a hot start for me with the old 8 degrees of bounce in the sand. That's better. Go in. Go in. Oh, one more. Spin. It's definitely not as easy as my SM9s by any stretch of imagination, but it's workable. You know what, that was a lot harder out the bunker actually than my 60 degree. Probably should have got more bounce on my 58, but let's just play a few holes, get familiarised with them. I'm going to head over to the fourth and hit some of the pitch and make some full shots. Let's just play some holes, get used to these wedges. So for those that want to know, I got these stamped. I'll start on my 58 degree. It's going to mean nothing to you, but it means everything to me. So on my 58 degree, which is this one here, I have my doggy. It says Ruby Roo, my Scooby-Doo. That's what's on my 58. Then we move on to my 54 degree, which of course you know I had to get Viva La Golf Supply. And that reminds me, if you aren't subscribed to our channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. 65% of you are not subscribed. You're absolute fucking pagans. We're grinding out here. Support your boys. Hit that subscribe button. It's free. It costs you absolutely nothing. Then, funny story on the 50 degree. There used to be a Zayn, the guy who was in One Direction, had a song called Pillow Talk. The lyrics in there, they don't actually say it, but it sounds like he says Pillow Talk my Ella. Now my partner's name is Ella, so that was just a bit of a running joke of ours, Pillow Talk my Ella. So I have that stamped on my 50, which I'll show you. Then finally my pitch and wedge, my 46 degree, I've got the initials of everyone in my family, my immediate close family, stamped on here. And that's what these wedges are to me. They're personal, they're touches. I'll never sell them. But I'm just gonna hit 4 or 5 pitch and wedges to this back flag now, one of my favorite holes at Crondon, the 4th hole. Then I'm gonna move on to the 5th, hit some little wedge shots from my 58 and my 54, and then round off the video. Hopefully, fingers crossed, these will take my game to another level. I definitely think the shafts, being my actual shafts and being able to flight it down, will make it a lot easier, but I'm rambling. Let's hit some fucking shots. Be the number. Be the number. Oh, she's nice. She's a pretty one. Be even better. Let's go. Flipping drone just died. Back now though. 2 balls in there, nice and close. 3rd. Be good. Oh, I love it. I love the flight. They fly exactly like my irons. It's just so easy. That is a money flight. Caught that one a bit heavy. Love that though. I've hit about 10 balls there with the drone dying and every single one of them's on the green, so take it for what you will. So what do I think of the old T22s then? Well, starting off with the 58, luckily, fingers crossed, I'm getting fit for the T24s by the guys at Mizuno at the end of September, or the back end of September. So I'll probably ask for a little bit more bounce in my 58. Off the fairway, I like the low bounce, the 8 degrees. Feels like you can really nip it, get a nice little bit of check, feeds out nicely. But in the bunkers, which I do find myself quite often, it is quite difficult. Not having that help, that extra 4 degrees, quite makes the difference. So I'll probably ask for a little bit more bounce in the 58. The 54 I'll keep exactly as is. From the testing that I've been doing, that is by far, not by far, but that's been my favourite club so far. You can just nip it off the turf. 7 degrees worth of bounce on that is just perfect. The finish on this, like I said, I like the fact that it looks aged. It isn't super bronzy. I don't really like that. Biggest thing that I've noticed has been the flight. Like I said, I've now got the Dynamic Gold X100s in. Oh, that 54 is honestly money. That might go in. That might go in. Oh! Honestly, I cannot fault this club. I adore it. Every single strike has been so crisp. It feels so nice off the face. Just nipping it every single time. That might go in as well. Let's go and have a look. Oh my God. Oh, 54 is perfect. Onto the 50, again, very much the same as the 54. Love the fact that it's not got a lot of bounce. This is more of a full shot club. Everything I've hit with this has been a beautiful strike. The flight difference in not having wedge flex and having a Dynamic Gold X100s has been insane. I can flight these so much lower. They're grabbing, obviously they've got new grooves, so they're grabbing a lot more than what I had been getting off of my SM9s. But I'm just landing that on exactly where I want to land it. I put that one too high. But yeah, super happy with them. And lastly, the pitching wedge. Hit quite a few full shots in this one. I just played a few holes. Cash money as well. Won't be changing the spec of the 50, the 54, or the pitching wedge. That's it, guys. That's my new wedges. Mizuno's are now matching the irons. Take a little bit closer to the pin, this one. But I just feel like I haven't had, that might hit the flag. Oh, but I just feel like I haven't had this control with a wedge for a while. Obviously, honeymoon period, first time using them. Maybe it's because I got all my family stamps on them. Maybe it's because I got my fucking dog stamps on them. Whatever the reason, I like them, but I will be getting a little bit more bounce on my 58. If you've enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel, do all the good stuff, hit the like button. These are on the website now. They're reduced, 18 poundish, 20 quid. Grab yourself a Golf Supply top. There's 3 different variations. Support your boys. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Dope these are.